Well, hi everybody, it's Mick here, and we're going to be playing with the bees today. And I get my assistant with me, Emily.
Hi.
She loves helping with the bees, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. So she's going to help me today. So what we got going on today is I'm going to show you is, well, first I'll take you down to my feeding stand, show you what we got down there. And then we got our nuke right there that I hope they're doing better. And then I got my hive that I'm rebuilding back up. So first I'm going to walk down here and show you what we got going on down there. So 2 weeks ago when I checked my nuke, it was full of hive beetle larvae. And so we switched some frames out, I shook the bees down, put some new frames in there, took some frames of brood from another hive, stuck in there with all the bees and the queen. And so that's why I'm hoping when I check that nuke today that it's doing better. But here's what we had. You can see, you can just see, oh, see, we're coming and going to get some free honey now, but you can see all the frozen larvae. I took these frames up and stuck them in my deep freeze, and I was just going to cut the comb out and throw it away, but I figured that I would go ahead and set them down here on my feeding stand and just let the bees take what they want. And we already got one that's taking a little bit of a feast there, maybe enjoying the cool frames too, because it's hot out today. So look, here's a bunch, you can see a bunch of larvae fell down on this empty plastic frame though, but yep, that's the hive beetle. So what I have down here though is I got a little feeding stand that's away from my hives. I got away from feeding inside my hives just because I think it's a pain in the butt to come down and have to get into my hive to change the feeder. So I just do community feeding. Ah, mosquito just bit me. I just do community feeding right here, and it seems to work out. I'm sure I feed some other bees that don't belong to me when they find it, but I don't really care. So let's go up and check that nuke out. So here's our nuke. We're still running with a small reducer, but I may, depending on what we see inside, I may change that today. They're pretty active. Let's give them a little smoke. Pop open the top. And I've been trying to use the Swifter sheets to help with the hive beetles, and it doesn't look like the only thing we caught was one bee. So we'll get in here and take a look. So we made it through here. Let's see if I can pull the frame out, but yeah, it's hard to do this holding the camera in one hand. But as you can see in there, nuke's getting pretty full. I got eggs and then larvae at all stages. I didn't see any hive beetles. So I'm hoping maybe another week I might be able to stick these guys into a deep brood box. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. So what do you think? You think they're doing good?
Yeah.
Yep. You ready to go check the one behind you?
Sure.
That one has the mystery queen. I've checked that hive 3 times and haven't been able to find the queen yet. So maybe today we'll get lucky. What do you think? Think we'll get lucky today? Because I still need to mark that queen. So let's move on to that one. So check this out. Look what I just caught. So this is the challenging part of beekeeping, is I couldn't find my queen, or I didn't see the queen going through here, but I wasn't worried about it because I'm newer at this, so I miss them sometimes. And so I saw eggs and I felt comfortable. Well, I went to put my last frame in and I saw my queen down here on a piece of grass. So I grabbed her real quick and stick her back in there. Hopefully she doesn't fly off. Get back in there, Queenie. Whew, she's back in there. She went right back down in the frame. So, man, that makes me so nervous. I wouldn't want to lose a queen like that. So she's back in there, thank God. So we got into this one, and you can see the Swifter things work. We got a few hive beetles in there. So, a few bees too. I mean, it's just the nice thing about this is I guess it's natural. It doesn't really, you're not putting insecticide or anything anywhere, so even though we have a few bee casualties, look at all them hive beetles we caught. Here, honey, you want to take that and go put it over there with the rest of them? See them over there? So now we'll start digging through here and hope we can find a queen. This is the hive I've not been able to find my queen on. That was a bit of a challenge, but I finally found her. And I think the reason that I had such a hard time finding this queen was she's a little darker than my other ones. So I got her out, and then she went back in there, and I had to dig her out again. And I got stung while I was at it. I wasn't making them very happy, but at least I got her. And now we'll get our marks, so she'll be easier to find. Alright, so now we are at the hive that I have at my dad's house. And this hive came from a split I made early this spring. And it's just been thriving. I wish all my hives were doing this well. But, so I added the supers a couple weeks ago because they just been building this thing out like crazy. So we're gonna get in here and see what we got. I like the activity I see at the entrance though. So my top super, they're in there. They're starting to build it out. Here's the bottom super. I haven't pulled any frames out yet, but it's packed full of bees. So I'm hoping these were both just foundation on these frames, so they still had to build it all out. So like I said, we're at 2 weeks now, so I'm curious to see where we're at. And the other thing I did is I did not use a queen excluder. Again, that's one of those big opinionated things, but I got more opinions of people saying not to use excluders, especially when you don't have the foundation built out. So since this wasn't built out, I'm going to go at my supers without excluders for a while and see how that goes. So I'm happy with this hive. My bottom super is almost full, and they're working on the top. I brought another super with me just in case, but next week I might be able to add a third super onto this hive. And we are just starting June. So again, I'm learning this whole nectar flow thing and all that, so I don't know when all that comes to a stop, but I'm assuming flowers are still blooming and it's been raining and moist out, so I'm assuming that we're still good. But you can see this is quite the active hive, and see that little guy there? That little guy stung me right in the end of my finger. And yeah, he got me right there. And I've been stung, well, it's kind of funny. I've only been stung 4 times now in the year and a half I've been beekeeping, at least on accident. And that's got to be the worst one yet. So, and I got stung twice today, so I don't know what their deal was today. I got stung at my hive over at my house. Well, I know what it was there. I got him caught between the edge of my hand and the hive, and then this one I reached under the frame with my finger and got it and squished this guy. So I deserved both stings, but man, that one on the end of the finger really hurt. So anyway, man, I might still get honey this year, I'm hoping. That would be awesome. I didn't know because I had split my hive. I'd only wanted to split it once, and this was my original split because they were building swarm cells. And then, you know, I told the story before. I lost my queen and had to order a queen, and then they made another queen, so I went ahead and split it again. But good news is this hive's doing good, my nuke's doing good, and my other hive is growing. So hopefully next year I'll have 3 hives to pull honey from. This year I'm going to at least get to pull 1 super. So that makes me happy. That'll be my first time pulling honey. So that's all I got for this week's hive inspection. Thanks for watching.